My people, welcome back to the channel. So the Central Bank of Nigeria just reduced Nigerian interest rate to 26.5%. I know some of you are like, Charles, abeg, how does that concern me? I'm just trying to survive fuel price and garri inflation. When I relax, let's talk it and break it down in a very simple way you will understand. The interest rate we are talking about is called the monetary policy rate, MPR. Think of it like this. The CBN is the bank of banks, right? When commercial banks want to borrow money, they go to the CBN. Now, if the CBN reduces the interest rates it collects from banks when it borrows them money, it is like they are telling the banks borrowing is now slightly cheaper and the banks can now borrow cheaper. When the banks borrow cheaper, they can lend also to businessmen and businesswomen who need money also at a cheaper or lower rates. Let me give us an example. Before, you go to the bank for a business loan, interest, let us say 30%, that's so high. Now, it might drop a little bit small. Not free, Nigeria is not for that Christmas. But it will definitely drop, let's say reduce. If the backlog loans collected by the banks at higher interest rates have been fully cleared, the interest rates bank borrows to people will definitely reduce. So the big question, why did they reduce it? When interest rate is too high, businesses don't borrow money from banks. People don't expand. Companies don't employ new staff because of the cost of production. So in general, the economy definitely slows down. So what CBN is trying to say is this: let's allow small breathing space. And one of the things CBN also believes is that inflation is also slowing down in Nigeria as we speak. So they can afford to reduce rates small without price running mad up again, because implication of this is if inflation is still high, people will borrow the money, but the money borrowed won't have any significant effect on the economy because the high cost of goods and services is still on the high. So what does this mean for you as ordinary Nigerians? Let's make it practical with some real life examples. If you want a loan, if you are planning to expand your POS business, open a small shop, buy land for industry, or start a poultry job, this is slightly better time for you to do that than before, because borrowing now will be cheaper. But please, not borrowing money for dirty weekends or weddings or burial. That is not what this is for, because you will pay. Number two scenario, if you are saving money, here is the twist now. When interest rate drops, savings interest also drops because banks won't need your money like they used to before. Why? Because CBN is now giving them cash they need. So less reliance on customers' money for loans to businesses, hence they won't pay more interest for the general savings in their banks. So your normal bank savings account, which usually gives 0.5% before, that can even buy garri, might even reduce more. But money market funds are still giving strong returns for now. For example, instead of keeping your 500,000, 1 million in the bank, in the normal savings account, you can put it in a good money market fund and you'll be earning between 17 and about 20% annually. That's a big difference. That's why smart money doesn't sleep in regular banks. Also, what this means for investors: lower interest rates can help business grow, companies make more profits, stock markets will also improve. Let me explain that. When companies borrow cheaper from the government, they expand faster. And when they expand, shareholders will also smile. Let's say Chinedu want to open a small bakery in Lagos. Before, the loan interest was very high at 30%. Now, slightly cheaper at 26.2%. And now borrow. You can also employ 2 or 3 more people. Those 3 people have left the labor market and now earning salary. So they also spend more and the economy moves. That's just the whole point around it. I hope you get it. And if you don't get it, watch videos so you can get more about it. So the big takeaway: interest rate cuts is not magic. Fuel price won't just drop today. Dollar will just suddenly become 200 naira. No, it is a signal, and smart people move with signals. So what signal have you learned today? Move your money to the money market fund and higher, because interest rates in our banks savings will soon start dropping. So tell me in the comments, are you planning to invest more, start a business, or just observe the money market like Nigerian election results? So if this helps you understand it better, like this video, subscribe, and make more money sense. So this is Charles, and it's We Talk Money Always. If it's not money, I don't say it.
Let's get this money, time to stack it high. Watching that online portfolio touch the sky. It's Charles Talk Money, yeah, that's the motto. Turning every single dollar to a pot of gold. Yeah. We flip the script and break the mold. Charles Talk Money, let's get it.